Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. As you can see on the board, today I want us to solve a mathematical question that was once tested in KCSE, and that is the topic of linear motion. Now, without wasting time, let's go through over the question and solve it quickly. The average speed of a pickup was 20 kilometers per hour, faster than the average speed of a lorry. You can see here you have we have a lorry and a pickup, and the pickup is 20 kilometers per hour faster than the lorry. Good. The pickup took 45 minutes less than the lorry to cover a distance of 180 kilometers. And you were told at a distance of 180 kilometers, the pickup reached at 180 kilometers, covered a distance of 180 kilometers 45 minutes before the lorry reached. And therefore we can see the pickup covered a distance of 180 kilometers 45 minutes ahead of the lorry, and yet they started the journey at the same time. Now the first question, if the speed of the lorry was x kilometer, write expression in terms of x for the time taken by the lorry and the pickup. Let's write here, right, the lorry. Also write here the pickup. Good. Now, if the speed of the lorry is x, what will be the speed of the pickup? It will be x plus 20. That is the speed. Kilometers per hour. Are we given the distance? D. We are given 180 kilometers, right? 180 kilometers. We are also given the D. The D is equals to 180 kilometers. Now, how can we get right expression in terms of x for the time taken? Now, time is equals to distance over speed, and therefore it will be 180 out of x, and that is the expression of the time taken by the lorry. Let's look at the expression of the time taken by the pickup. That is 180 out of x plus 20. And we can clearly see that this one, the time taken is 180 over x, and the time taken by this one was 180 out of x plus 2. Remember, the question was not asking the exact, but we are just write an expression, and therefore, by writing this way, it is very correct. It is very correct. Now, let's look at the next one. Determine the speed of the lorry and that of the pickup. This is where now the real issue is. Determine the speed of the lorry and that of the pickup. Here, what you need to know is you have the time. You have both the time for lorry, time taken by the lorry. Time taken by the lorry is equals to 180 out of x. 180 out of x. Now, time taken by the time taken by the pickup. The time taken by the pickup is simply 180 out of x plus 20. 180 out of x plus 20. Now, another thing that I want you to understand very clearly is that the pickup took 25 minutes less than the lorry. Between the lorry and the pickup, which one took the shortest time? This one took the shortest time, right? And therefore, when you want to get the difference in time, that was 45 minutes. A very important point to note. Pickup took 45 minutes less. 45 minutes less. That means when we subtract the time taken by the lorry, when we subtract the time taken by the pickup from the time taken by the lorry, we're going to get the 45 minutes. And 45 minutes, let's express it in terms of hours. It will be 45 out of 60 by 15. This is 3 by 15 here is 4. That is 3/4 hours. Now let's solve the question very fast. Now it will be 180 out of x minus 180 out of x plus 20 shall give us 3 out of 4. What does that mean, class? It simply means that the time taken by the lorry subtracted from the time taken by the pickup, we're going to get the difference of the time the pickup reached and the lorry was yet to cover that one. Very good. Now let's look at this. Now the LCM multiply through by the LCM. And the LCM here is 4 into bracket x into bracket x plus 20. And that is the LCM in this case. Now, if we multiply across the LCM, we're going to find that it will be 180. There is one. For this case, it is will cancel with this. It will be 4x plus 20 into bracket 180 minus. For this one, this will cancel with this. It will be minus 180 all of multiplied by 4, because we still have 4x, right, is equal to 3 into bracket, because the 4 will also, in this case it will be 3 into bracket x squared plus 20x. Now let's open the bracket. In this case we say this is the LCM 4x x plus 20, and therefore it will be 4x x plus 20 divided by x. We are going to cancel the x. We are going to remain with after cancelling the x, we are going to remain with 4 into bracket x plus 20 multiplied by 180, the first one. The second one, this one will cancel with this, and we are going to remain with 4x. There will be minus 180 multiplied by 4x is equals to, in this case, this 4 is going to cancel with that, and we are going to remain with x squared plus 20x. Now let's open the bracket. It will be 4x plus 80 into bracket 180. That means we also multiply through this by this 180 is equals to, no, minus 180 times 4. So it will be 720 minus 720x is equals to 3x squared plus 60x. Now this one, it will be 180 times 4, 720x plus 180 times 80, 180 times 80, it will be 14,400. 14,400. 180 14,400 minus 720x is equals to 3x squared plus 60x. Now this one, because they look each other, going to remain with 3x squared plus 60x minus 14,400 is equals to 0. So divided by 3 both sides, it will be x squared plus 20x minus 4,800 is equals to 0. Now this is the linear equation we have. We have x squared plus 20x minus 4,800 is equals to 0. Now the product here, the product is minus 4,800. The sum is positive 20. Now we are supposed to look for two numbers. When added, we are going to get positive 20. When multiplied, we are going to get negative 4,800. And those two numbers are 80 and negative 60. Because 80 times negative, we are going to get minus 4,800. 80 minus 80 plus minus 60, we are going to get positive 20. And therefore, it will be very simple. Now let's come. We express this now. We express this 20 in terms of these two. Now it will be x squared plus 80x minus 60x minus 4,800 is equals to 0. Now, one next thing is you This one together and these ones together. Now, can I do this? Now let me transfer this here, for example. It will be x squared plus 80x minus into bracket 60x plus 4800. Now, what are they common here? Is x into bracket x plus 80 minus common is 60 into bracket x plus 80. Now we're going to get x minus 80 plus 80, I mean, out of bracket x minus 60. And finally, it will be, this one it will be is equals to 0. It will be x plus 80 is equals to 0, x is equals to negative 80. That is 1. The second one was x minus 60 is equals to 0, x will be 60. Now we take the positive one. We take the positive, the 1. Now, coming back, determine the speed of the lorry. Lorry, it will be 60 kilometers per hour. Pickup, it will be 60 plus 20, which is 80 kilometers per hour. And that is how we solve that question. Next, and the last question, and that is the last one. The distance between town A, distance, to 40 kilometers, right? Again, you are told, on a certain day, the pickup started from town A at 8:30 a.m., starting time. Both of them started at 8:30 a.m. Now let's look at the relative speed. That is 80 plus 60, which is 40 kilometers per hour. Now time is equals to distance, which is 240 out of the relative speed, which is 140. Now it will be 24 divided by 14. Now that is 1 hour. 42 minutes. Now it will be, determine the time the loader and the pickup met. They met after 1 hour 45 minutes and they started the journey at 8:30 a.m. and therefore the meeting time of the lorry and the pickup was 8:30 plus 1 hour 42 minutes, that is 9. We have 10 30 12 a.m. because we have 30, it gives 1 hour, 9, 10, now 10 12 a.m. The lorry and the pickup met at 10 12 a.m. And that is how we solve such a question. Now, if I do a review of whatever I've done it's very simple. Once you get these, the time taken by the lorry and the time taken by the pickup, and you know the difference in the time taken, you just put that one into the quadratic equation. You solve the quadratic equation. After solving the quadratic equation, and again, on part B, these two cars, they are moving like this. Relative speed, add. Relative speed, add. When the two cars are moving like this in one direction, relative speed, subtract. And that is the end of the question on linear motion. It was a very simple question. Once you start understanding the concept, and the other calculation is you can just do by yourself. Thank you very much and wish you Ramadan Mubarak and a successful life in this world and in the hereafter. Wish you success and all the best. And make sure you like, subscribe and share the videos so that we improvise on whatever thing we are uploading. Thank you very much.